So he gets fucked off to space.
Yeah.
This grandfather's like, oh my God, my grandson was abducted. I'm sure he's going to the cops. There's like fucking Dateline specials about this
sure.
kid.
Absolutely, dude, because it is 1988 and we were obsessed with that shit.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Who snatched Peter Quill?
Oh, well,
What devil worshiper snatched Peter Quill?
I have to take it back then. He's not committing suicide. He's riding the convention circuit all the way out.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
he's writing a really solid book
he's
about it.
He's acting out the reenactments for Unsolved Mysteries.
He acts it out on stage. It's a traveling show.
Because that did happen on Unsolved Mysteries.
did.
If you recall, the original run of Unsolved
You
Mysteries,
got the choice.
they gave you the option of playing in the reenactment, which is so twisted but so cool.
Peter Quill was so distraught that his mother died. All of a sudden, her grandfather couldn't find him.
I would love it
This
if
is what the act of killing was, too. Right?
But I want him in. He comes back for that Infinity War. Give Grampy a call. Like, hey, man, just an FYI. I know it's been 28 years or whatever, but like, I'm totally alive and I was never diddled.
See, you want it.
He might have been diddled on that shit.
Yeah, I don't know why.
that
Some of
one.
them fucking space pirates, these Ravagers, dude. You gotta have a diddler on board that ship.
They're called Ravagers for crying out loud.
Exactly.
They ravage
Which
your
is
body.
space. It's space talk for diddler.
Yeah.
It is.
And who knows what the age of consent is on that planet?
No,
Dude,
it's
nothing.
whatever Yondu's feeling that day. Here's the thing, though. I would love it if because the grandfather is still in the hospital and everything when Peter runs out and is immediately primo timing by Yondu and the gang to kidnap him. But if the grandfather came out and it was like Biff seeing the flying DeLorean, what the hell's going? And then that dude spends the rest of his years being like, my son was abducted by aliens. And it's just like, crazy old man Grandpa Quill testified to this day that his son was abducted.
He could have showed up in the internals with a giant net grabbing them or something. You space bastards!
And this is Randy Quill playing himself, finding the UFO. Come back here! You've got my grandson! That's a lot? Yeah, you got my grandson!
Well, there was also a man that frequented comic book shops and played Dungeons and Dragons. He was put to death because there was a bit of mud on his van.
Of course.
12 people in Missouri hung the man.
Oh, poor bastard. Wrongfully convicted and executed comic book nerd. So that's like, the opening. It is right from the jump here. You're just like, this hits different.
Yeah.
Like the scene of the mother dying, like that hits different than other Marvel shit for me.
I think it's a good scene, but I would argue what makes this different is what is about to happen, which is actual credits.
Yeah,
front-loaded fucking credits.
No shit. Yeah.
With a fucking title drop. That is I hate to say is special from the here on out.
Yeah,
I don't know if it happens.
And the title
every time.
card is really cool. It sets up, you know what I mean? Like, and there's like this. It's kind of fun because like this but like deep score, like you know what I mean? It's like sort of you're getting ready for this thing, and then obviously the turn.
This dark and murky planet, and the music peps it up, and him dancing, and you see. I think the helmet with the red eyes looks really cool, especially in this opening.
Yeah, I like it.
My God, title credits. It works, folks. It can work.
It lets you settle into the movie, folks. It's a good idea. I always support it.
Yes.
Can I get on another soapbox? Because I do agree with you. But I also, and I think this is maybe Marvel's, I don't know when they started doing it, but when they stopped doing the beginning, the Marvel Studios, title card where it used to flash between comic books, right? It would be like all the comic book panels. But now it's
the
this
movies.
huge self-suck of all of the clips of their movies.
Yes.
Because that's the thing is we're not referencing comic books anymore. We're referencing the other films. And that's a turn for the worse.
Yeah, and the new movies are badly Xeroxed versions of the old movies instead of actually going back to something like this today. I mean, might seem too outlandish. Like having just green people is refreshing, and bright, and fun, and harkens back to those comic books where everything was just like one color. You know?
It's silly. You know what I mean? And this movie is silly.
Fun. It's fun. Yeah.
This movie has green people. This movie has fucking hot pink people,
Purple
blue
people eater in there. Yeah.
This whole opening is so great. Him just tooling around to the tunes. looking for. He's doing a little bit of Indiana Jonesing here. What I like about this too is that in the prologue, the mother's like, "Oh, why are you fighting with boys at school again, baby?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, because these kids like killed this frog for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucked up." And it's just nice to see like his turn living and growing up with fucking space pirates, that he's dancing on this planet. And there's these little gleep glop creatures that he's just kicking comically all over the place.
He's kicking and killing rats after having a problem with killing Earth frogs. He's a hypocrite.
But then, much like in Amistad, Jamon Hounsou fucks up his illegal fun.
That's right.
Excellent connection.
Jamon Hounsou was the guy. I was working at Marvel at the time.
He was the guy.
He was our what do you call it there? Michael Douglas that came to introduce this.
Oh, really?
I think it was him
nice.
and Karen Gillan, if I'm not mistaken. It was a really long time ago.
That's
yeah,
cool.
it's
And he was just sort of
That's
like,
all right.
"Hey, it's Ninth Bill Jamon Hounsou," and he's like, "Hi, everybody. You're gonna really enjoy this movie I'm in for 41 seconds."
Well, they
That's
couldn't have the computer introduce the movie. That was the other option.
It was either that or a feral raccoon they would just shove out.
That'd be great. Just throw it into the auditorium.
It's Punxsutawney Rocket.
No, look, he's got a vest. Oh, he's got an eyeball. Yep, that's
yeah.
okay.
Oh, he
boy.
tore off the vest too, so now he's just
Nice.
a rabbit.
Okay. Oh, we shouldn't have given him a gun. That was a bad idea. If you like what you just heard and want to hear the rest of this episode, go to patreon.com/wehatemovies and sign up. You'll get this episode along with all sorts of other exclusive Patreon content, as well as a unique RSS feed that can be used with the podcast app of your choice. Patreon.com/wehatemovies. Check it out.